be something that's about just surviving in appalling conditions. It says that work is an integral part of being human, and so we need to see that. Work is something we do as humans, as long as we don't narrowly define it as paid work in the formal economy. But work is something we do, it's part of being human, so we need to have that perspective. And so, of course, that links off into UNESCO and the law and Ferry. It links back to Dewey. I think it links particularly to Christopher Winch, who I would see as the leading philosopher of vocational education and training internationally at the moment, who's focused on the moral purpose of vocational education, a process of becoming, often for young people, because that's where much of it takes place, but through adulthood as well. So an attempt, as I say here, and I'm only starting to sketch these things out, these are work in progress seminars, and this work feels like when I agreed the seminar, I thought the progress would have been greater, whereas it feels like I now have to do the work to progress on the ideas. So these are ideas of kind of, that partly, so the paper in a sense, half is kind of building on a paper I already have, and half is looking towards where I want to go with that writing, but I'm not there yet. And it's, in a sense, this kind of back end of the paper, and particularly getting to this end, that I would love to have some time to try and think more about. So that's where I'm trying to head towards. And so I'm just going to, this is the last couple of paragraphs of my paper. So I'm concerned that we're moving, to move beyond employability. I'm not saying employability isn't important, but I want to try, and it's in a sense it's deliberately a polemical, a debating position, is to push for the philosophical and the moral and the broader vocational rather than the narrow employability, which clearly is powerful. Of course, jobs matter. Any job matters. When you're young and you've got no money, when you're older you've got no money, jobs are important. So it's not that employability isn't important, but we need to rephrase it and reframe it. And so my argument is, if we just look at that narrow stuff, we're impoverishing ourselves and those, and more likely not ourselves, because this isn't for us, it's for those people over there, and their lives can be impoverished because they're not important. And so that's really what I want to try and argue in this, but I need to push it much further. Okay. Thanks, Sean.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Fascinating